good evening as the time may be wherever you are watching this, and at the time you are watching. My name is Israel Toluwani. I'm a farmer, a business consultant, and a trainer. And I want to, in this video, unveil to you why I stopped farming for the meantime. And of course, it will be a lesson for some persons, and I believe for everyone who intends going into farming, or perhaps you are into farming, you are facing this already. Fine, I hope that you come out of it anytime soon. Precisely last year, April, I decided to go into farming, and the company was well registered, and we are in a country where, as much as farming is a very profitable thing to do, but yet it's one of the most risky things you can venture into. Why? Because the rate at which insecurity is getting hold of our country tends to be more as the day go by. And of course, we have had cases where farmers got their farms invaded by unknown men, and their properties and all have been destroyed, and of course other factors being surrounded to making farming very risky, very risky. One of it could be rain and other climate factors. Basically, without wasting much of our time, precisely around July we went into rice plantation. The farm was well insured by the I think Nigerian associations of I've forgotten. Basically, they insure farms. That is all they insure, and I think it's controlled by the federal government. I can't really remember the name of the association. So around that July we started, and things were going on. And for every farmer who are into farming, you will agree with me that oftentimes, especially those who are into maize plantation, rice plantation, beans, and they all like that, you tend to have an idea of the numbers of tons, maybe per hectare you'll be getting. Probably you envisage that you'll be getting 3, 4, 5 tons of let me say maize per hectare, depending on whatever you're planting and all like that. So we already envisage the numbers of tons that we'll be expecting, and of course it was quite a very large farm, over 30 hectares of rice plantation. So unfortunate that precisely around August the rain was too much, and we don't have control over rain. We don't have control over that, and the rain was too much that it really damaged a whole lot of things on that farm. So that was the beginning of our challenges. So due to the fact that you can't control some things, especially the rate at which rain falls, you can't control it. It makes agriculture one of the most risky things that anybody can venture into. So unfortunately, what we envisage that we'll be getting at least 7 to 10 tons, if not more than that. Of course, per hectare you should be getting more than a tons per hectare, but just saying that we would have gotten at least 10, 7, 15 tons of rice. But unfortunately, the rain was so bad. I remember I had to call a company in Lagos State that had to help us with some chemicals and all that we could just use to revive it. But it was unfortunate that we couldn't get what we were expecting. We could not get what we were expecting, and along the line we just had to harvest. You would see the pictures and everything on your screen. It will be well displayed, so you can see how we harvested the rice, how we were planting the rice, and of course how I went there supervising the rice and all. Then we had another farm precisely in Orange, and that was about 40 hectares of cassava. More than 40 hectares of cassava and maize. We planted that around September. Around September. You will agree with me that the rain was still much around September. October we were still having a whole lot of rain last year. So we planted that, and it was not insured because the insurance company, they were like, okay, this period is not the normal time for rain, and we can't risk insuring farm during the dry season. So the farm at Orange specifically was not insured, but we decided to go into in that period. and precisely January, we ought to have harvested the maize. But the company that requested for the maize requested for a dry maize. Yeah, they requested for a dry maize, so we have to allow it to get dry and all. But then around January, I think 16th of January, I called the farm manager to help inspect the farm and possibly harvest all the maize, because I expect that the maize should have dried up, like, so that we can as well sell the maize off. But to our greatest surprise, the farm manager got to the farm. It will be displayed on the screen as well. The farm manager got to the farm and he discovered that unknown men had set the farm on fire.
Àgbàdo làwọn eléyìí. Ṣé àgbàdo? Àgbàdo lélẹ̀. Àgbàdo làwọn eléyìí. Iná ti jó gbogbo ẹ̀ pátápátá. Àgbàdo làwọn eléyìí wà. Àgbàdo. Ṣé àgbàdo ní gbogbo bíi? Àgbàdo.
Not just the farm, and some other farms that were around till today. This happened around January 16th or thereabout, and today is 29th. Today is 30th of April 2022. No, 30th of May 2022, and till today we are yet to know this unknown men that set the farm on fire. And of course that really affected the company, because one, beyond the fact that it was the largest farm, beyond the fact that it was the largest farm, we really spent a lot, because even when we started the farm, I remember that a pack of a chemical we use to spray was then around 25,000, and when we started that particular farm, a pack of that same chemical was already close to 40,000 naira. So you can see that we really spent so much, and of course the farm was quite a very big farm. So that automatically really affected the stability of the company. And for those who follow me on all my social media handles, I remember there was a time I addressed that for now we've been on a low, like not even low, but for now things were being suspended just to make sure that we get things fixed. And it's of course a very saddening thing, because like I said, we don't know them, and till tomorrow we don't know. And the community itself has not said anything as regards that. Everyone went mute. As a matter of fact, the land is a government, it's a farm settlement. Yeah, it's a farm settlement, and this has really affected the company, that we had to not fold up, but then we had to put a pause on some things. The office is still functioning, the office is still open, but then we had to put a stop to one, investors bringing in their money, till we have conveniently settled out all our investors. I think I posted that around March or thereabout. You can go through my pages, you will find it there, where I publicly spoke about it, that for now we've suspended bringing in investors. Some persons still keep calling that they want to invest, but then due to what we have experienced, we decided that we should not incur more risk. Until we have settled all that is on ground. And as of January, the loss was very much. We were into a debt of close to about 15 to 20 million. And to the glory of God, we started paying, and we've paid to a lot of extent. But as an investor, there is need for me to, as much as I'm settling other people, there is need for me to also secure the future of my company. Nobody envisaged that their company, after a short period of time, will go down. So I have to be wise, and at some point I decided that, okay, we are going to suspend the payment. And of course we are trusting God that very soon we would start up again. Meanwhile, the company had some properties, not even some properties, the company had landed property landed properties, and they are still there. They are still there. At some point, we put them up for sale, but then the offers were not interesting. The offers were not interesting. So we had to appeal then to our investors that they should be patient and they should take their time to keep praying for us that we come out of this. And thank God, gradually we are coming out of it. But I am making this video because it's important I do. All those wise, apart from followers that are really close, and of course family members and friends, I did not at any point make it public, officially public, especially when the farm got burnt. I posted it on my status, posted it on the platform for all our investors, but then I didn't post it the way I am doing this now. But I'm doing this because we are in a country where Nigerians are really not patient enough to understand the risk of business, and as much as we are bearing all the risk, there is need for them to also understand that we need time. And that is what we are trying to do. I personally I would never owe anybody. Yeah, we've settled some persons, we've settled a whole lot of persons. I think we had more than 50 investors, and I think as I speak now we have less than 15 to be paid. So that's a sign that we have at least covered a whole lot of things. Though some of them, their capitals are much, but then we have covered a lot of extent. So I'm doing this video one for those who intend going into farming. Please, I want to encourage you that you just take your time, because there are more. I mean, there is more to farming. Things that you can't control are even more than that which you can control. One of the issues we had at a point was the issue of land. We got a land, and unfortunately the former farm manager did not pay for the land. We had already worked on this farm. Yeah, we had already worked on the farm. We had done a lot of things on this farm, only for us to discover that it wasn't paid. At some point, I was requesting for the receipt and letter of agreement, but this young man, because I employed him based on trust, somebody I know very well, but he eventually disappointed us that the owners of the land had to put a charm on the land that we should not get involved in that land again. So this is one of the things that we have experienced, and I came to a conclusion that until we are able to acquire personal land, we might not really want to venture into a big farm again. For now, we might not be able to venture, although there are some communities. I remember a community where we were offered land to buy at a very ridiculous price, but then we were like, okay, let's settle this first. That was last year. We're like, okay, let's settle what we have on the ground first, before we begin to do that. So it's important I relate this to friends, to followers who really believe so much, especially in me, that this is one of the challenges that we have managed and we are still managing, because like I said, we have not cleared the debt all. We are still paying it, and who will pay? We will pay. And I've heard people calling me, telling me that I didn't venture into this farm. Well, I wouldn't know how much well to convince them, but you can go through my handles and you will see how the farms were progressing. You will see how the farm was progressing, the time at which my PA went there to inspect, sent the videos online and all. You will see, and some persons were of the opinion that I used their money to buy landed property for myself. Well, like I said, the company had land properties. We have landed properties, and it was bought in the name of the company. Whosoever cares to have details, or better still, whosoever cares to check for the document, of course, can call for it. And some persons are like, oh, he ran away, and you will agree with me, I've always been appearing online on this same platform. So if I am running away, I won't appear online at all. So perhaps anybody is carrying any information, whatever kind of information, and you would want to of course listen to them. But this is the situation on ground. So one, God is helping us, and I believe He will still keep helping us. He will still keep helping us. So please keep praying. Keep praying for all our investors and all our stakeholders. Keep praying. Keep praying for us. And I'm trusting God that very, very soon everything will be settled. Very, very soon. The truth is, as much as I am, by the grace of God, the CEO of that company, I am not happy and I'm not glad. Even as much as God is helping us gradually to pay some of these debts, I am not happy we are paying debt, because there are other things we would have used this money we are getting. The other things we would have done. And yeah, that reminds me, some persons were of the opinion that I used their money for cryptocurrencies. Please note, I entered fully into cryptocurrency just this year. I'd been into it before, but I was only using what I personally could afford to lose. That was what I was using, and I wasn't really putting any big money there. Yeah, it was just this year, having paid for information, knowledge, and all, I decided, okay, let me go into this thing, because I think I have a lot of information and all that I could leverage on. Yeah, so this and this said are the reason why for now we suspended agriculture, and by the grace of God, if God permits again, we would venture into it again. But it's not really, it's not unfortunate, but how do I put it, we won't be, yeah, we won't be opening it up for, we won't be using the system we used the previous time. It will be a totally different and an independent one. So I wish everyone will just keep praying, and especially our investors, they keep praying, and we hope for the best. We hope for the best. So thank you very much for paying attention to this video. I would appreciate if you help me share this live broadcast. If you help me share the video, I would really appreciate. Let it go viral, please. Let it go viral. Let it go viral. It's important it goes viral. It's very important. And of course, anybody is open to whatever opinion they have. No offense is picked at all. No offense picked. You are free to whatever opinion. You are free to say anything on the comment section. You are free to call. You are free to express yourself. But this is the situation of things. Everyone would definitely be settled, as we have already started since January. We have started and we are taking our time. We would gladly keep disbursing as God helps us. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. I remain Oni Israel Toluwani. God bless you.